What's up, chat? You know, today we're gonna go through our... Wait a second. Something's not right here. I don't know. Oh. I know what it is. Oh, yeah. Now we get into this. UFC 328. Couple days from now. And I'm just gonna make my predictions early, just to get that video out. You know, I uploaded a video this morning, and we're sticking to it. We're doing 2 videos a day. I'm on that grind. After my Carlos Prates video got 700 views, I was like, wow. I gotta lock in on this stuff, you know. I gotta lock in because I was just uploading shorts, you know. So I gotta really lock in on these predictions, or not on these predictions, but I do have to lock in on the predictions. But we gotta lock in on these videos, man. And the goal, 2 videos a day. We'll upload one earlier. We might make another one later. We'll see. Let's get started with this card. Jose Ochoa versus Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter, 2-fight losing streak. I think he's 2-2. Lost to Tagir Lembekov, I think. And then he lost to that guy who just got 30-27 by a 4-fight losing streak, Cody Durden. Which is kind of pathetic, man. I don't think you could lose to this guy and then beat Jose Ochoa. Jose Ochoa, 1-2 in the UFC, lost to 2 top 10 flyweights. Lost to Elmabayev, made it close. Lost to Kavanagh, made it close. There's no doubt in my mind. And Jose Ochoa knocked out Cody Durden on full training camp. So there's no doubt in my mind. Jose Ochoa is going to knock this guy out first round or third. I don't think he's going to get that second round. First or third round knockout. Jose Ochoa. This guy's going to be a contender. I tell you, man. Susakayev, next fight. Susakayev versus Santos. There's an underdog pick here in Santos, you know, decent fighter. But Susakayev, man, he's got that aura. He trains with Hamzat. You can't always go off of that, but when you got 2 knockouts in the UFC, or 1 submission, 1 knockout, Eric McConaughey is a good fighter, man. So I definitely think that's a good fight. That's a good win right there, no doubt. I think Susakayev is gonna win, and I think this time it's gonna be by decision. I don't think he's gonna knock this guy out. I don't think he's gonna submit him. I think he's gonna have a lower performance. But after this, man, you gotta give him a real good opponent next. You know, simple as that. You know, you can't just keep. I know he's not can feeding him, but can't just keep giving these guys the lower tier of fighters. Middleweight, good fight would be him versus Gutierrez. That'd be a good one right there. You know, so I'm picking Susakayev by decision. Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. William Gomez, 1-fight win streak. Sabatini, 3. 1 beat Joe Anderson Brito. Oh, they both did. I'm wrong. Well, they both did. 1 lost to Jose... No, who did he lose? Hydra Mill. That's a terrible loss now looking at it. How do you lose to Hydra Mill? That guy's on a 2-fight losing streak, man. And he just lost to a mid-fighter. I know he lost to Delgado. But, man, it's not a good look to lose to Hydra Mill after what happened to him, you know? I remember that guy was saying he was going to be like the Chile's first champ, but we believe in Hydra Mill. But Pat Sabatini, he's got the wrestling. And William Gomez, I know he's more of an, is he on the feet fighter? I've never seen a William Gomez fight, you know? So, but I doubted Sabatini a lot against Brito, against his last opponent, I forget his name. But I do think Sabatini's got this. I don't think William Gomez is that good. I just think he beat Brito, and Brito doesn't look very good anymore. He lost to Sabatini, and then he barely beat some guy making his debut. It was really close. So I pick Sabatini by 2nd round decision, or submission, or he wins a decision. You know, he'll get the submission, or it'll be a close and competitive fight that he wins. So, that's my pick. Roman Kopylov, Marco Tulio. And I really hope Tulio wins this fight. They'll probably cut Kopylov if he loses. But this is a really good fight. I just can't wait. This is such a stacked card. Best card of the year, man. Roman Kopylov, though, he's really gun shy. You see these fighters out there. You look at RoboCop. That guy goes for the kill. That guy never stops. That guy's always swinging. You'll get like Kopylov. He'll have that he'll have like a couple amazing performances, and then he'll just like look like shit and be gun shy in his next fight, and then he'll do the same in his next fight. You know, it's those guys. They lose their mojo. They lose their aura. You know, kind of like Kyler Phillips in a way. He was all dominant on the way up, and now the fight with Jordan was good, man. But that's because Jordan made it fun, not because Kyler Phillips did. So I really hope Tulio wins this fight, because he can be a bigger prospect. But Tulio's gonna win because I think Kopylov's gonna be way too gun shy. He's not gonna pull the trigger, and I think Tulio's just got it in the bag. Christian Leroy Duncan's just how good's Christian Leroy Duncan? That's what we're gonna be saying on the weekend. Simple as that. Because Tulio, I don't think he's gonna finish him. 30-27 decision, though. That's what I see. So next fight, Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Great comeback of Jim Miller. Lost his last fight. No, he beat Damon Jackson in his last fight. He guillotined him. I think Jared Gordon's got the power. I just don't think these old guys sometimes, they just got that speed sometimes. They'll look mid in their midway through their career in their late to mid 30s, but then later in their 30s, they just start getting pop in their hands, beating these guys, man. It's so strange. I don't know how these guys do it, They're just magical, But I don't think Jared Gordon's that good. He was never that big guy from back in the day, He's just like a decent fighter for his time and stuff. Would this be better if I turn my TV off? You'd still see the light from my screen, okay. No, I think, I don't know how Jim Miller would win it, though. I'm picking Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon by knockout. The first round, maybe second. I just think Jim Miller might be past it a little. Jared Gordon did lose to Rafa Garcia, which we all thought, let's be honest, we all thought Rafa Garcia was kind of mid, but he lost to Grant Dawson. That's not a bad loss, Unless you're El Loco, put a whooping on Grant Dawson, But you gotta get that real special fighter to beat Grant Dawson. Other than Bobby Green did it, I guess. But speaking of, Jared Gordon first round knockout. Speaking of, I forgot about this. Grant Dawson versus, Mateusz Rebecki. Ooh, I don't know, because Mateusz Rebecki's a marauder, and who did he lose to in his last fight? Ludwig Klein. I don't know, man. Those are good losses. Chris Duncan, Ludwig Klein. Diego Ferreira is a shit loss, though. We all thought Diego Ferreira was the unk, and then he just got knocked out. He barely beat Michael Johnson. He was losing that fight, and then had that one big win. But Grant Dawson doesn't really have that pop. He doesn't have that strike, and he has the decent wrestling. But I feel like someone with the killer instinct, like Mateusz Rebecki, is gonna beat him. I just think he has that. No slouch beats the GOAT, Majtebek Orlbai. No slouch beats that guy. I know that could be said the same about Diego Ferreira. No slouch beats Rebecki at the time, and he beat him. But look at Orlbai. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Knocked out Hermanson, beat Chris Curtis. He's beating all the middleweights. Lighter man skill is just apparent, But then, I just think Grant Dawson's not going to have enough, and I'm going to pick Mateusz Rebecki, second round knockout over Grant Dawson. Probably a TKO. Probably beats him with ground, or probably breaks him down. That's what I think. Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Almarev. I forgot how to say his name. I think Joel Alvarez is going to put a beating on him. I think Jason Jackson's kind of like, not the same, but got that killer instinct like Yoel Alvarez. And Yoel Alvarez is in his prime, man. He's trying to get that ranking. I think he's just too much for him. He's going to be too much too soon. I think it might be competitive early, but Third round knockout. Yoel Alvarez putting a whooping on him. That's what I think is gonna happen. Lamb to a slaughter. That's what this next fight's gonna be. Ateba Gutierrez versus Ozzy Diaz. They canceled the fight the first time because Ozzy pulled out. Ateba beat a guy, and then they rebooked the Can fight. Doesn't make any sense at all. Quick and easy. Ateba Gutierrez first round knockout. Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Now I get the fight in the sense of Jeremy Stephens. They're both legends. They've both been around for a while. They're both unranked marauders, you know. But man, you see Bobby Green still got it. You know, Unk's still got it. He's always got that pop in his shot. And Jeremy Stephens just isn't that. Now, he definitely could just knock out Bobby Green. But I think Bobby Green's going to get that TKO. Second round TKO. Might be a kind of close first for a bit. But I think he's going to start putting a whooping on him. It's just going to be as easy as that. Bobby Green, second round KO. Now this is a good one. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Striker versus boxer versus wrestler. Now, does he have the defense? No, I don't think he has the defense for Brady. No, I think Brady's going to take him down. Put a whooping on him for 3 rounds maybe. Maybe get a submission in the second. I think maybe Buckley might get a little bit of success. Slight success on the feet and then just get taken down. It's going to be as simple as Brady's going to put a whooping on him on the ground, man. Second round submission, Sean Brady. Simple as that. Now this is a good one. Alexander Volkov versus Tatsuro Taira. Oh, what the fuck did I just say? Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I don't think Waldo's all that. I think Shamil is mid. As we've seen. Ante Delicia's mid, as we've seen. Derek Lewis crumpled to a jab, and he's really not that good. So I think Alexander Volkov, 29-28 decision. He's just going to cruise on the feet, man. And if he wants, he can take it to the ground. I mean, Sergey Pavlovich beat him. And look what Volkov did to Pavlovich, man. Put a whooping on him for 3 rounds. I think it's going to be a clear fight. Alexander Volkov, and he's going to get that title shot. After all that shit. You know? Now, this is a fight I wanted. When Pantoja got his arm torn, I was like, oh, please don't wait. Just do Taira Van. My days. Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Van. This is a good one. I think if it's on the feet, obviously, Taira doesn't have much head movement, really. Unless he showed some in his last fight and I forgot about it. I think he's much stronger than Van. Van's a small, and it's pathetic to say, Van's a small 125er. You know? He's not that, big. He's not that strong for the division. He's just got output. And he could definitely beat Taira with that output. But if he gets to the ground, I think it's over. I think it's simple as that. He's not strong enough. He doesn't have the jiu-jitsu. And God forbid Taira takes his back, man. It's going to be over then. So what I think, second round, rear naked choke. Tatsuro Taira is going to put an end into that. We're going to get to see Taira versus Pantoja, which I've wanted that fight, man. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. This fight, man. So Taira, second round rear naked choke. The main event! That's going to end terribly. I think if Hamzat submits him, he's not going to let go of that choke. Yeah, we're going to get something close to a Habib jumping into the corner type thing. Maybe not the same. But God, they're going to need police there. Just like Covington Masvidal. So, what do I think? I think Hamzat could get him down early. But Strickland has takedown defense like no other. You know, in that middleweight division. And I think he could probably get him down early. But I think Strickland definitely has better defense and, offensive wrestling than DDP. So, I definitely think if it makes it to the later rounds, Sean Strickland could put a whooping on him and finish him. because Khamzat, like some people call him, he gets tired, man, and unless he finishes Strickland early, he is gonna be done. It's gonna be as simple as that. And I think, what am I gonna pick? I'm gonna pick Strickland. 5th round knockout. Or he could get a 48-47, you know. But I'm gonna go with the latter half here, because if I'm right, then I'm gonna be the smartest man alive. No one's smarter than me. I might not do any of my English work. But if I'm right here, universities are gonna be calling. You know, they're gonna all be Harvard who? Harvard who? That's why I'm the smartest one here. You watch. Strickland's gonna put it on him. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna defend that grappling. No, I don't think anyone's submitted Strickland, man. It's gonna be as simple as that. He's gonna get through it, man. You watch and learn. I'm gonna eat my words completely because Strickland's probably gonna get subbed in the first, but no. You gotta have the belief. And you gotta have to know that he is just too good with that anti-grappling. Chimaev who? Strickland's in town. Strickland's gonna get you. That's the video. Goodbye.